The Jacks win the faceoff. 0 for 1 tonight. Lesperan's a blast. Save made by Davis and cleared by Corpus Christi. One last rush here for the Jackalopes. Feeds it to the right. Thomas will shoot in. Out of his net. Davis shot it around, but it's bottled up on the far side. A pass up high for Lesperan's, and the Jacks go to work. Here's Lesperan's, a blast. And Davis may have got a piece of it. Lesperan's can really, but it's had just such a good year, career highs. Lesperan's a blast. And Davis may have got a piece of it. Lesperan's can really, but it's had just such a good year, career highs in pretty much every offensive category this year for the rear guard. Here's a blast and a save by Davis with the right pad. Over a minute still remaining on the power play. Trout remaining on the power play. Troutwine did well to steal it from Arrington and clear. The Jacks don't waste any time. They try to come right back in and attack. Here they come. Giassi, who's on hat-trick walk to the net. And Davis with a nice poke check to knock it away. The puck took an awkward hop in the corner, so it stays in the zone. It's either as Husak plays it for Cohen, and a backhand riser was fought off by Vadas. Here's Maruna for Cohen. Cohen on the half turn, tried to lose Kushkowski, who stripped him of the puck. Here goes Kushkowski on a breakaway, saved by Davis. Rebound was stopped, and it trickles just wide past the far post. Remember that save by Davis. And the Ice Razor back in this one. Andre Husak, right wing attack, drops it from Maruna, shot. It went off the body of Kushkowski, who was denied not once but twice by Davis. McPherson the other way. He was able to leave it in front. A stuff attempt from Kushkowski denied by Davis. Again, a shot rattles off bodies, and Davis stayed with it. If you recall back to that right wing attack, drops it from Maruna, shot. It went off the body of Kushkowski, who was denied not once but twice by Davis. McPherson the other way. He was able to leave it in front. A stuff attempt from Kushkowski denied by Davis. Again, a shot rattles off bodies, and Davis stayed with it. If you recall back to that third period yesterday, there was two. Belly right circle, looking back door. Richard went down to the sheet to break it up. Swift flips it softly out to center. Odessa regroups. Jacks, you can see the confidence. Richards, a blast. Cut down by Richard. James Chase, pick it up. Swift flips it softly out to center. Odessa regroups. Jacks, you can see the confidence. Richards, a blast. Cut down by Richard. James Chase off the glass. It bounces to Husak, who tries to jungle it in. And it has come back, and he's been fighting it, but maybe that unlocks something for him. And he was a player for Corpus Christi that was just scoring from the outset of camp. Here's a play in front, and it never got to Kushkowski. McPherson stays with it, a shot, and it hits the end glass and hits the protective netting. But Chase was somebody that my roommate. He's the turnover. Odessa clears to center. Now Thomas breaking in with speed. A shot. He missed wide. Lamer. His shot. Glove save made by Davis, and a nice one as he hangs on with 8.5 minutes remaining here for northern part of the state, or just anywhere across the country with these storms. There's not a plethora of snowplows to use, that's for sure. As the Ice Rays have it, coming up the sheet. Here's Cifaldi. Wanted to kick it out left. It was broken up. Ice Rays have to be careful as Graves is loose. He fires. Save made by Davis. Add it to a list of gigantic stops. The latest on Graves. Left wing attack. Cohen, the trailer, a shot. Saved by Vadas. Rebound. Sinani turns and burns, and it just trickles wide past the near post as it bounced through the crease. Oh, what a chance for Sinani. Giassi. Oh, what a move for the hat trick, and a save made by Davis as Giassi was able to fluttered wide. Safaldi just shoves down Hunter Toms. Barry off the stick of Kushkowski and in. Davis wants to move it. Off the sidewall, Tebow trying to play to center, unable to clear. Now Kushkowski, a shot save made by Davis. 8 seconds remaining in the period. Ice Rays one last chance here. Swift just 3 seconds as he looks up. Look to move it on the control breakout. Trotwine up the wall, nearing to flex it in. Maruna and Coleman along with Husak both get off to the bench for a change. Meanwhile, Arrington a bid, and that's handled rather easily by Davis, who's going to need to be, as I mentioned multiple times, just 9 seconds. Giassi throws it in front. Arrington will collect. His turnaround shot blocked by Jaberganov. He got it to the line but not out. Arrington did well to trap the zone. McKenzie has his pocket picked by Puricelli. Puricelli floats one to Lesperance. His shot deflected. Save made by Davis as Giassi was slicing across the top of the crease. For all. Battle in the corner. McPherson came up with it. Sinani set up the roadblock. Tried to play it out in front. Norris was knocked down. Kushkowski. His pass off a skate. Norris smartly delays, and then he turns it over to Kushkowski. Kushkowski to the forehand. Save made by Davis. And then Kushkowski went into the net of Davis. And then Kushkowski went into the net of Davis as Chucky made a nice play to 3-1 Odessa. 17 minutes and some change remaining here in regulation. Ice Rays have won 3 consecutive overtime games. A snapshot off the faceoff is gloved down by Davis, and now we'll pick it up with a trapper. And down a pair. Catalano pokes it for Arrington. Hines trying to get back. Arrington, a shot save made by Davis. Pardon me, that was Thomas who was streaking down the left side. Another great look for Odessa. Catalano pokes it for Arrington. Hines trying to get back. Arrington, a shot save made by Davis. Pardon me, that was Thomas who was streaking down the left side. Another great look for Odessa, who is just all over Corpus Christi. Another big stop by Davis, this one on Thornton. The Jacks leaning on Corpus Christi. And on replay, it was kind of tough to see. Loveland's being checked out as this power play is ensuing. And now Odessa would love to get one right back to restore a 2-goal lead. Jacobs, left circle, drags and shoots, save, rebound was put just wide by Giassi looking for the hat trick. The Ice Rays have been dangerous short-handed, and Sinani whirls in the corner. Up high, Toms drags, he almost coughed it up, but it's held in. Now Barry. 2 minutes into this power play. Corpus Christi survived 2. Can they keep it going? Graves back for Toms. His shot saved by Davis, rebound. It fluttered wide off the stick of Catalano. Swift trying to just eat some time in the corner. He has it. Graves. His pass behind Barry. Has to recover. Pressured by Sinani. Toms off the stick of Swift. Settled by Graves. Couple switches of directions. Wraps it to Catalano. Now across Barry. As the Jacks slow a backdoor. And it was fanned up partially. What a save by Davis on the rebound. Corpus Christi clears. Davis is doing all he can to keep the Ice Rays in it. He was trying to pull it free. Graves did. He sent it behind the net. Lowry unable to cut it off. McKenzie had a stick lifted by Thomas. A short pass for Graves. Thomas again drags around Hine to the net. Wrap around, and I think Davis got a piece of it. Another shot, and Davis with the save. He was on his side. The pad stack from Davis. And Odessa cannot find a fourth against Davis and company. How many big saves is he going to make? Richard was able to kick it to hold the zone, but it finds Graves. Graves for Catalano, right circle. Saved by Davis. He got it with the mask. Catalano centering feed broken up by McKenzie. He brushes to James Chaser. Lowry installs it deep. Ice Rays working a change. Approaching the final 5 minutes of regulation. And a tie hockey game, which hasn't been tied since the 6:27 mark of the first. Graves a shot, saved by Davis. Comes out Giassi, the spin, taken away by Sinani. Four side coming for Corpus Christi. Maruna leads Sinani. Four side coming for Corpus Christi. Maruna leading the charge, rink wide. It was past Chase. Chase in deep. Sinani in front, nobody home in a white sweater. Arrington will tilt the ice for Odessa. Has Giassi with them, who has a pair tonight. Giassi a shot saved by Davis. Shaberganov had his stick whacked out of his hand. He's arguing for a slashing. Lesbron, Sinani drops it for Cohen, who tried to whip it on net. And Giassi was there to break it up. Now the first possession for Odessa. Lesperance for Giassi. He's going for the hat trick. Giassi breaks in, fought off by Davis. Giassi back to the point. Lesperance now has it. If the ice rate for this trio for Odessa, they may have a good shot. Lesperance a shot, missed high and wide. Jacobs off the ricochet. Got it knocked away by Tebow to center. Giassi will shovel ahead to Lesperance. Lesperance working in, drags, saved by Davis. Rebound is swept away. Hine will play it over to Tebow. Tebow ahead for Swift. Can he do it again? Swift! Peppering Davis here in overtime. Graves pulls away from McKenzie. Here's Barry, the defenseman. Barry going to work on McKenzie. He slips it to Graves, a backhand, and he missed wide. I think he had more time than he thought. McKenzie cleared to center, but it hopped away from him. Odessa grabs it right back. Get to it. It's a 3-on-2. Corpus Christi trying to make it 4 overtime victories in a row. Nearing, drops it for Hine. His shot is blocked. And now the Jackalopes are going to have a 2-on-0. Graves to Toms. Toms for the win. Saved by Davis. It's not over yet. Hine pressured by Toms. A shot. Chase was in front, went off a body. Rolling puck. Chase could not corral it. Richards was looking for an outlet, but McPherson will hold on to it. McPherson trying to turn the corner on Sinani to the net, and save made by Davis. Cohen has no help. He needs to peel back. Cohen holds on to it as McPherson. Good stick there by Sinani to break up the rink-wide feed. Up and down we go. Kushkowski slips it for Jacobs. Lesperance off the bench. Lesperance shoots. He hit the post. It stayed out. It's underneath Davis. As Lesperance painted the corner.